Salutations! I'm Chris, and this is That New England Sound. We're headed back to Midcoast Wind Repair in Bath, Maine today to talk to George Flores about his Acoustic Research LST speakers.
Yeah, this is the AR Laboratory Standard Transducer. These are very interesting speakers. They're very rare. AR made only about 3,000. Many of them went to Italy. They were $600 a speaker in 1971. This was originally designed to be a laboratory speaker or a studio monitor, somewhere where you needed very neutral sound, flat acoustic power output, flat frequency response, as flat as possible. What we have here is the 12-inch woofer. On the sides, we've got 4 1.5-inch domed mid-ranges. And then across the top and on the sides, we've got 4 3/4-inch domed tweeters. These are all original drivers. With all those drivers, this is a 90-pound speaker. These were developed post Bose 901 release. AR was influenced by the Bose 901s in this sort of direct reflecting pattern. These dome drivers give you really wide dispersion. And when you arrange them in this half hexagon shape, you get ultra wide dispersion. Try and get uniform sound on axis and off axis throughout the room. I believe that was a design goal of the LST. On most AR speakers, the woofer level is set. You do not change the woofer level, but it'll often have tone controls for the tweeter and the mid-range. The LST, the LST2, and I think the AR-10 Pi, they all had an auto transformer in it, which allows you to also manipulate the level of the woofer. The lower number you go, it takes the woofer down and boosts the tweeter. 2 is what they considered flat. I often keep it on 2, but often if I'm listening to something very bass heavy, a lot of rap where I want more of a balance of bass versus mid-range and treble, I'll often set it to somewhere between 4 and 6. I found these in the middle of nowhere, Vermont. I spent a full day in the car basically to go and pick these up. They had a really bad refoam job on them. I had some extra 3A woofers, so I swapped them out. These are not the woofers that came in the cabinets when they were manufactured, but they are era-appropriate woofers. I'm powering these with a Perot amplifier, a PMF 1850. These are 4-ohm speakers. The LST, it can withstand very momentary peaks of 1,000 watts. It's a very high power handling for a speaker from 1971. I'm currently using a pair of Allison 1s as pedestals. They're sort of the perfect height to put the LSTs on because they get the tweeters right up to my ears, basically. One of the lead designers on these speakers was Roy Allison. Not long after these speakers were released, he left Acoustic Research. He did a bunch of room acoustic research, and he started Allison Acoustics. He encouraged users with the Allison 1s to experiment with same wall, adjacent wall, parallel wall placement. I initially had them kind of in the corners and on this front wall. There was just so little space between where these side-firing tweeters and mid-ranges and that side wall was. And I didn't think they were going to work in here at all. A friend of mine recommended placing these parallel wall and trying them in a direct reflecting setup. That was a game changer. We're in an attic, and this is a dormer. When you put them in this parallel wall direct reflecting setup, you get a lot of direct sound, but you also get this beautiful reflecting sound. And it creates this absolutely enormous sound stage in this room. I'm addicted to that sound. When you do the direct reflecting thing, you lose a little bit of precision. That's the trade-off. Do you hear how it's sort of playing the room?
Absolutely. You're lovely. You're a lucky guy.
The AR LST. This was how AR knew how to get flat frequency response in 1971. They wouldn't improve upon this design until the AR9 in 1978. I'm constantly cycling speakers in and out of this room, but these have been in here for over a year now. I kind of fell in love with them.